are these people?
Now, the third story about what happened in London is really weird. And it's, to me, a story in narrative management. Here's what really happened. And TRT World, credit to TRT World, that's the Turkish government's brand of newspaper, media outlet. TRT World lists police in central London arrested dozens of pro-Palestine protesters who are demonstrating against British arms sales to Israel. It's really important that we talk about why they're there and what they're doing there. They were demonstrating specifically against arming Israel, against sending weaponry to Israel. All right? And this is 16 seconds.
Many as 300 people gathered outside the UK Foreign Office, blocking its entrance with a large banner saying genocide made in Britain. Officers first encircled the protesters and then proceeded to make the arrests as they sought to clear the entry to the building. Many as
All right, that's what happened. And then we have another video of it that's a little bit better. I thought I brought a minute. Very violent, right? I believe that we will win. And these are trying to tear down their banners. They're just blocking the entrance. They're standing there. And you've got a crush. People are being squeezed in the middle there as the cops push and the protesters push back. All right, I don't know who that outlet is. That's a kick-ass job of assembling that footage. Shout out to whoever that was. Bernadette Duher had the footage. I stand with Russia is who that is. I also stand with Palestine. So shout out to Bernadette. Thank you for that, for sharing that. Now, again, she got it right. London police aggressively cracked down on pro-Palestinian protesters. Dozens of people arrested outside the Foreign Office building as demonstrators demanded an immediate end to arms sales to Israel. Okay, like I don't know if they had permits or whatever and how this works. But that seemed like a group of people that were not looking to get violent. They were certainly protesting and they were trying to make things inconvenient. How would you like me to protest, sir, that does not inconvenience your life? I'm still waiting for somebody to answer that.
I would like you to wear giant rubber ducky shoes.
I'm waiting for someone to answer the question of how are people supposed to protest? Because I've never heard an appropriate answer from somebody that doesn't want them protesting. Now, here's where it gets fucky, is how it's framed. And it depends upon which media source and which people you look to and who's sharing it and how they decide to frame it. So we start with this one, Blue Mountain 1, Mossad certified dolphin trainer. A handful of Hamas supporters attempting to break into Downing Street and the police are overwhelmed. No riot shields, no batons, and apparently no attempt to make any arrests. Is this what the once famous British Bobby has become? Now this is 2.5 minutes. Now notice this is from standing behind the cops. So this is now from the perspective of the pigs and of the genociders. They're trying to continue down the street, protesting and marching. a journalist just got through. But they're trying to hold the line. Yes, this is what cops, I guess, should do. I mean, they shouldn't be stopping the protest. So basically, this person would like more police violence, please. Fucking authoritarian scumbags. What a surprise that he's an Israel supporter. Or whoever they are. Next, you have the British Patriot, also framing this as Hamas. All right. Concerned father and citizen, not far right, just right political activist. Freedom of speech advocate, unless you're advocating for the freedom of Palestine, of course. The same video. Chaos in London as Muslims and other Hamas supporters, not Palestine, but Hamas supporters, ignore the laws and start fighting the police in an attempt to break their way into Downing Street, which they didn't do, as an act of solidarity with Hamas in Gaza. What's your reaction to this? My reaction is, you're framing this completely wrong and fucking lying, and you're a Zionist piece of shit. That's my reaction. Next, we have Nicole Lampert, whoever, I don't know who that is, but a pretty big journalist. All right.
What is the charge?
This is a Zelensky Stan account, so we know all about what she's all about. All right. Again, fear-mongering against Russia is part of this, linking this with, the Palestinian, the struggle of Israel with the struggle of the Ukrainians, amazingly enough. Paul Golding, who's the co-leader of Britain First, the UK's fastest growing patriotic and nationalist political party. So basically, he's a fascist. He's the new Nigel Farage. Yeah. Remember, Nigel Farage came up with this same narrative on Brexit. He was ultra nationalist and ultra right wing. Again, Hamas supporters trying to break into Downing Street today. No, they weren't. Well, they weren't. Where's the front door? They got so close that they got nowhere near the front door?
Right.
But even on the quote-unquote left, I don't know who World Source News 24/7 is, but they try to claim that they're down the middle. Pro-Palestine protesters clashed with police today outside Downing Street in central London. They tried to breach the Downing Street gates. Again, let's go back and remind people what happened here. TRT World had it. They arrested dozens of protesters who are demonstrating against British arms sales to Israel. They were not trying to break in anywhere. Here's another one. Now, at least, again, they're not calling them Hamas, but they are saying that they're a violent mob of pro-Palestine protesters. You see the framing from, quote-unquote, both sides. This is an American. Save America now. Look at that. Even our boy Melvin follows him. All right, or at least he did with his old account. Oh, Tara looks like is following him. Tara in Exile follows this guy too. Bubble Bath Girl. Okay, Paul. Tough guy. Bubble Bath Girl. All right. Violent mob of pro-Palestine protesters pushes back against police. If these were any other protesters, they'd be met by riot police and all be arrested. Again, more violence against protesters, please.
Yeah, but the violent mob is the problem.
Yep.
Okay.
Here's another one. They tried to breach the Downing Street gates.
Compare and contrast this with how they viewed those protests not that long ago that went after, Middle Eastern people.
Or how about the college protests? All right. These were peaceful. They started out peaceful. They're trying to, now, what happened to people that were trying to get through? My guess is that there was a line that they were not able to get through. And there was a whole group of people that were blocking the entrance. And what was happening was the cops were trying to clear people away from the entrance. That's a public street. They're allowed to be there. It's crazy. This whole story is crazy. What's happening in London is crazy. What's happening worldwide, authoritarianism-wise, is crazy. And it scares the crap out of me. And again, they're saying it can't happen here. It's already happening here somewhat, but not like that. Once Trump's in office, I could clearly see it happening like that. And even Biden being in office, I could see it happening like that. But nobody's out in the streets protesting like that. You have seen stuff like this on college campuses a little bit. And then they're framing it as the college kids are pro-Hamas and they don't know what they're doing there and they don't know why they're there. No, they want their college to stop fucking funding Israel. Stop investing their endowments in weapons systems that then send stuff to Israel. They're very clear about what they want. And it's being done with the tuition money that they're paying. And then it's being done in the name of the university that will be on their degree forever. So I feel like they at least have a right to say something, on top of the fact that their parents are paying $50,000 a year for them to be there. If they want to sleep out in a fucking yard, go ahead. Deal with their parent. Talk to their parents. Fuck, dude. Yeah.
Are you
Mouse,
fucking kidding me?
Thank you. Mouse is saying that I'm having a tiny seizure. I've been having a tiny seizure all week about this shit. Like, Jesus Christ. And not just all week, but look, arrested Asa, didn't even arrest, but detained and took Asa Winstanley's devices. There was rumor
eating a meal, a succulent Chinese meal.
American.
There was rumor yesterday, and there was word that Sarah Wilkinson was rearrested because she reported to her parole officer and checked in per the terms of her release, and then they detained her again. And
Look, I'm under what? Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
Right? So for about an hour, people were wondering what the hell was going on. Then it was, okay, no, she's all right. They didn't take her stuff and they let her go without charge, as far as I know. These are the amazing people that have supported INN. We love you. Thank you. We're almost to our goal of paying off Zago. We're almost there. We're getting so close. And then we can start working on, all our expenses for the year and covering those so we can get to other cool stuff. So that's the immediate plan. Cash App, Ko-fi, PayPal, Patreon are the easiest ways to do that. You can also subscribe at innnewsletter.com and support with a monthly or annual contribution there as well. This is the way that we hook up our streamers and our network. If you appreciate the work that we're doing and you want to see us continue and help us keep the lights on, we got Cash App, we've got Ko-fi, PayPal, and Patreon, or innnewsletter.com. You can buy your merch at indienews.shop.